Yeah, first of all, good morning, everyone. So, in last class, we were seeing the features of Python. Features of Python, we have completed simple and freeware and open source, right? I hope you got what is freeware and what is open source. Online students, am I audible? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let's start with the next feature, okay? And the next feature is third one. It is that is platform platform independent. Okay, platform independent. So first of all, what is platform? Then we will start with what is the meaning of platform independent. Okay, I don't like. Okay, don't use phone in my class, never. Next, so what is platform? What is platform? Do you know what is platform? What is the meaning of platform here? Yes, online offline both. What is the meaning of platform here? Path. Okay, anyone else? What is the meaning of platform? Tell me. Platform number one, platform number two. That's what, right? No. Here in program terms, platform is nothing but the operating system. Platform is what? The operating system, right? And the Python is independent of platform. Okay? Python is independent of platform. So what does it actually mean? What is platform here? Platform. Okay, so it is nothing but just an operating system, right? Operating system. Platform is what? An operating system, and it is used to run the program, to run the program application, I can say. Okay, so what is platform here? Yes, what is platform? It is an operating system used to run the program application, right? This is the meaning of platform. Now, what is platform independent language? I will give you one simple example. C programming and C++ programming. These are platform dependent language. Okay, platform dependent language. What does it mean? Let's suppose Bobby, right? Bobby is having Mac operating system. Okay, and I am having Windows operating system. My operating system is what? Windows, and his Mac OS. Got it? He is writing one C programming code in his laptop or in his system. I want that same particular block of code to copy and to run in my system. When it is platform dependent, it is not possible to run any code which is in written inside any different operating system. That means if I am using Windows operating system, I only have to write Windows operating system block of code, and also I also need to have the same Windows operating system software based on Windows operating system. So for example, C programming is one of the dependent programming language, platform dependent programming language. What does that mean? That means it only can be run inside single operating system. If it is Windows, then it is only capable of running inside the Windows operating system. We can't run inside Mac operating system or Linux operating system. Means that is depend on the operating system. That depends on the operating system. Okay, Java is one of the platform independent language. That means whatever code we are writing in Windows, that also can be able to run inside what? Mac operating system or other different operating systems. Getting my point? That is the meaning of platform independent. Which one is better, platform dependent or independent? Independent. For example, I am writing one program, or I am creating one software. I want, or the other person want that type of software that can run in any software, or that can run in any operating system, any system. Okay, no one wants that particular software that cannot run in different softwares, a different operating system. That means if I am creating any software, that should run in all the operating system out there. Okay, that is the flexibility. So that is the meaning of platform independent here. That is dependent, that is not dependent on software, independent to everything. Okay, independent it is. So the operating system or the programming language which is not depending on the operating system, that is nothing but platform independent. Okay, that is the meaning of platform independent. So let's go for now, what is platform independence? Okay, independence or independencies, what does it mean? I will write simply. Platform, the programming language is said to be platform independent. Okay, it's said to be independent if its application runs on every operating system. Okay, why it is known as platform independent? The programming is said to be programming language, actually language is said to be platform independent if its application runs on every operating system. Are you getting it? Yes or no? Okay, fine. So Python is what type of language? Platform dependent or platform independent? Platform independent. Okay, so Python is one of the platform independent language because Python stores its value in the form of objects. Okay, Python stores its value in the form of objects, and objects are objects are independent independent from operating system. Okay, from the operating system. Okay, Python stores all the values in the form of objects, and objects are platform independent. Objects are OS independent. Getting my point? That means whatever the object I'm creating here in Windows operating system, same object, similar thing I can run in Mac operating system or Linux operating system. Getting my point? Okay, fine. This is the meaning of platform independent. Okay, so let's see how. Okay, let me open Chrome. C programming, Turbo C++, Turbo C. Okay, let's go for it. If you check it here, this is how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks in C programming and C++ also. And if you see here, this software is platform dependent software. This software is what? Platform dependent. That means it only can be run inside the Windows operating system. For Mac operating system, we have to download different software. Are you getting it? For Mac operating system, we have to download different software. For Linux operating system, we have to download different software. Different for C programming. Also, what we have written here, whatever the programmer has written here, we cannot run the same thing inside the different operating system. That means it is platform dependent. The variables, the functions, whatever we are using inside that particular programming language, which is platform dependent, we cannot run those things inside different platform. Okay, now you got what is platform. What is platform? Platform is an operating system. Why it is known as platform independent? Why a particular language is known for its platform independencies? It can run the same program in different operating systems as well. Okay, fine. Next, the most important here, the most important, fourth one. So example for platform independent is Python as well as Java also you can consider. Okay, Java also you can consider. Next is dynamically typed language. Okay, what it is? Dynamically typed language. What is the meaning of dynamically typed language here? First of all, let me give the example, then I will write the notes here. Okay. Dynamically typed means at the runtime it can change it itself. Okay. First of all, the meaning of it is at the runtime it can change it. Or actually, the meaning of this I will explain you now. Other programming languages like C, C++, Java, right? C, C++, Java. Let me introduce first C programming, then I will explain you what is platform, sorry, dynamically typed. So let's suppose C programming, addition of two numbers, addition of two numbers. Okay, for adding two numbers, how many numbers we require? Two numbers. For storing those two numbers, how many variables we require? Two, right? Let's suppose it is a basic maths. If we want to store somewhere, we have to need what? Variables. So let's suppose a is equals to 10. A is storing what variable? 10 variable. I'm taking b is equals to 20. What b is storing? 20. So both are having variable, both are having values, right? Got it. Now in traditional languages such as C, C++, or Java, every time we have to declare the data type. Now what you will think, what is data type here? Yeah, so what is data type here? What do you understand by data type? Yes, CS people, those who belongs to CS, yes, tell me. You check it now. First of all, int main we are writing here. Int main we are writing here. This is also known as the data type. Data type is nothing but which shows what type of data it is. Usually in let's suppose you are filling a form. Usually you fill form, right? In forms, whenever there is a parameter called name, will you write 1 2 3? In place of name, will you write 1 2 3 or any digit? In place of name, what you have to write? Letters, right? It should be the character, the string, right? So what type of data it is? It is kind of a string data. Okay. Whenever it is asking for numbers, that is an integer. Okay, whenever it is asking for your weight or height, float is what? Decimal. Okay, whenever something is asking for multiple values at a time, you can say it is array, right? Array can store multiple values, but in Python we have different types of data. That is, in array in Python, mostly we are calling that array as list, but because array also can take multiple data, list also can take multiple data. Okay, with different, I can say with different dimensions. So array is also having one dimensional array, two dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. In list also we can have multi-dimensional list. Okay, I will explain you how. So what is okay, let's come to topic one more time. What is dynamically typed language? If you see here, for uh, for initializing the variable is what? If you see here, first is first number, it is what? Second number, and what we are taking? Sum. If you see here, what we are, the operation does what? For addition, what is the operation? Plus, right? So plus is the operation. Here we are taking sum is also one of the integer data. If you check here, what it is? Int, integer, right? Let me explain different one. It is bit of confusion for beginners. Let me explain you of this. Okay, C++ it is. Let's take this. Now here you check how many numbers, how many variables we are taking? 1, 2 and 3. 1 is for taking first input, second is for second input, and sum is for addition of both of that. Okay, so how many variables we are taking? 3 variables. 3 variables it is. Okay, that is also what type? Integer type, because we cannot add two string, right? Basically we can add two strings, but we, what operation we want? Addition, plus operation, right? So for plus operation, what we need? Numbers. For numbers, what required? Integer data. Are you getting it? So integer is one type of a data type it is. Okay, integer is one of the data type. Float is also one of the data type. String, data type. Complex, data type. Boolean, data type. So total we have 14 data types in Python. I will explain it, right? So what static typed and what dynamically typed is? C programming, C++ programming, Java, these are static typed programming language. Before declaring the variable, we have to declare what? We have to give the acknowledgement to the compiler that what type of data we are using. Okay, what type of data? Here, what type of data we are using? Integer type of data. Okay, but in Python, we do not require to give any data type here. Okay, simply I can go for a is equals to 10. Did I write int of a is equals to 10? If I write int of a is equals to 10 here, it will give error. Okay, because Python is pure dynamically typed language. That means we do not need to declare the data type before declaring the variable, before initializing the values. Getting my point? Confusion? Okay, let me explain you one more time. In other traditional languages, C++, Java, okay, for addition of two numbers, what is required? First number, then variables. Variable is what? To store that particular data, right? So how many variables we are taking here? This is C programming. No need to understand what is happening here. Just I'm trying to convey the thing that this integer when it is required, when it is not. Okay, fine. So this number 1, number 2, sum, these are what? Variables. And in this only we are going to store the data. It could be anything, 10, 20, 30, whatever the data you want. Okay, but in other traditional languages, C, C++, Java, we always have to give the acknowledgement to the compiler that what type of data we are using here. What type of data we are using? Integer type of data. Here if you check, number 1, number 2, sum is belongs to what type of data? Integer data. Okay, but in Python we do not need to give any acknowledgement to the compiler or to the interpreter or to the pvm that what type of data we are using. Implicitly, internally, pvm knows everything, that what type of data they are going to initialize here. What type of data it is? 10 integer. Did I write 10 integer here? No. Even though without writing that I can print it and I can get the value here. Are you getting my point?
So we have to not write that integer term in this
Yes. Okay, because this is dynamically typed, means at runtime pvm knows everything. While running the program, pvm can understand that what type of data we are using. Let's suppose a is equals to 10 here. If you check, if you want to check what type of data it is, you check type of a, what it is? Class integer. If you have a is equals to 10.9, what type of data it is? We know that this is a decimal type of data, floating point value, right? But if I write, if I want to check what type of data it is, now what type of data it is? Float. Who is taking care of this? Who is taking care of this? PVM. PVM is nothing but Python virtual machine. I will explain you what is PVM and what it does. Getting my point? So what is the meaning of dynamically typed? No need to declare data type before initializing the variable. Getting it? So I will write. Do you have any doubt? Guys, no? Okay. So let me write it. So we have two types of data, two types of languages. Okay. So let me write it. We have two types of language. They are they are first is static typed static typed programming language. Yes, and second one is what? Dynamically typed. Okay. So how many types? Two types. First is static type, second is dynamically typed. I will go for first what is static type. One by one we will see. Yes, what is static type? I will write variables must be declared with, yes, with data types to avoid what? Compile time error. Now what is error, compilation? What is compile? What is compiler? I will explain you when it comes to the next features. Okay, next feature is nothing but interpretation process, and how this interpretation process getting done I will explain you in deep. Okay, so what is static type? Now tell me. Variable must be declared with data types before. Okay, before declaring the variable we must have to declare data type to avoid what? Compile time error. Got it? Examples. What is the examples? Examples are, yes, examples are, you can take C programming, C programming, C++, Java, .NET also you can take. Okay, let's take. Fine. Doubt? Do you have any doubt? Let's go for what is dynamically typed. Simple it is. No need to declare it. Hmm. Variables don't need explicit explicit data type declaration. What, what does it mean? Variables don't need, yes, don't need what? Explicit data type declaration. That means we do not need to declare any data type while writing variables. Okay, who is taking care of that? PVM. Who is PVM? Python virtual machine. Getting my point? Okay, so this is okay. What is the example for this? Let me write few more points. Python is an example, is an example where where the execution environment, and when I say execution environment, that means the whole interpretation process. Okay, execution environment means the whole interpretation process, that is nothing but source code to byte code to intermediary code. Okay, oh sorry, source code to byte code to the PVM, and PVM does what it does, I will explain you, just wait for a while. Okay, so where the execution environment determines the data types based on the given value, based on the given value. Okay, based on the given values. So whatever the value we are giving, based on that PVM will understand that this type of data it is. Okay, doubt? Do you have any doubt? Guys, please, whenever you see me, you have to smile, otherwise I will think like you are having some doubt. Okay. Example is what? Python. Python is one of the example. Okay, got it? Shall we go for next? That is what? Interpretation programming. Hmm. So quickly tell me how many features we have seen? Four features. What are they? Simple. Hmm. And last one we are going to see. Oh, sorry, next one. So what is simple, and why? What makes Python simple? Uh, it has three technical factors. One is what? Rich set of API. Next one is garbage collector. Third one is user friendly syntaxes. Okay. First one is uh, rich set of API. What is API? Collection of modules. What is modules? Hmm. And what is garbage collector? It collects unused memory and Ah, okay. Next, what makes third factor? Third factor is user-friendly syntaxes. Why it is called as user-friendly syntaxes? Huh. Why? Yesterday I have shown you that, right? That in other traditional languages we have to see syntax. Whenever we say syntax, it is nothing but the set of rules. Okay, every programming language has its set of rules. That is nothing but the syntax. Yes. So behind that syntax, we have to follow the rules. What are the rules? In other languages like C, C++, Java, we have to end it, start with curly braces, end with curly braces. We have to start with some header. We have to end it with curly braces. Every time, whenever we are, even though we are writing a simple program, we have to follow that rule. That rule is nothing but the syntax. Okay, curly braces, then header file, then footer, everything is there, right? And we have to follow when it comes to C, C++, Java, .NET. But in Python we do not have to take care of that. Okay, we do not need to worry about declaring like this or uh, anything syntax, any hard syntax. Okay, any beginner can also easily understand the code of Python easily, because it is as simple as the English is. English, when you speak English, right? So number is what? Integer. Easily we can understand that number is equivalent to integer value, right? Whenever we write any variable could be anything. We do not need to use that particular data type, that is dynamically typed. So everything is linked up with Python. Okay, fine. Yes. Next feature is what? No. After simple, freeware and open source. Why it is known as freeware? No need to pay any subscription or no need to give any money. Okay. Open source means
You can download it from any other source.
you can use the particular source, okay, freely. Freely means with you also have the access to access it. Okay, you also have the access to access it. For example, Guido and Rossum has created Python once and given to
PS.
PSF. Now PSF also has the same access what Guido had. Getting my point? Yes or no? Fine. Next feature is what? Platform
Independent.
independent. What is platform?
It's an operating system.
Operating system. What is the meaning of platform independent and dependent?
Platform independent, it can run in other operating systems.
Hmm. That is what platform
Independent.
independent. And what is dependent?
It can run only in one operating system.
Specific operating system, right? Last one is dynamically typed. What does that mean?
No need to declare variable.
No need to declare variable. Okay. Shall we go for interpretation? I will give one beautiful example for interpretation process. How does it look? Okay. How does it look? Let's go for okay. For every programming, we have to write the source code first. What is source code? The program what the programmer is writing. That is nothing but the source code. Okay. So for every programming language, there must be one source code to interpret it or to compile it. C programming is having compiler, C compiler. Okay. C programming is having compiler. That is known as C compiler. Java is having Java's its own compiler, right? Similarly, C++ is also having. Now Python is having both. compiler as well as interpreter. Now what is interpreter, what is compiler, I will explain. Okay, now let's suppose I have written one source code. Okay, this is, let's suppose this is a source code. I will write, okay, let me give, this is one of my source code, so I will write here. Let's suppose one simple example I will give. Example, example dot py. Now what this dot py is, dot py extension, it is known as extension. What is the meaning of extension? For mp3, mp3 is what, mp3 extension belongs to what, music, audio, right? We are using mp3. mp4 is what, videos, more, txt, text file, doc, document file, csv, it is also one of the file, comma separated value. Okay, csv file. Next, excel. For excel what it is, for excel what it is, excel, what is the extension of excel? Huh? Don't know. It is exl or excel, what it is, xml. No, xml is different file, xml is different file. For excel it is, I guess so, uh, for excel it is, yeah, xls, xls it is excel file. Okay, csv, xml. For html, what is html? Hypertext. There also one this extension we have. Okay, so every file has its own extension, every file has its own what, extension. Python is having its extension called dot py. What it is, dot py. Okay, and this dot py is nothing but, it is known as, it is called as source code, source code. Okay, this is what source code it is. So we are starting with the source code. Once we write the source code, it should go to, it should convert the source code into byte code. It should convert the source code into what, byte code. Now what is byte code here? Hmm. let's take let's take different one. I will keep this. Yes. Okay, now I will take, and here the compilation process will take place. Okay, compilation process. After this source code, we will convert it into byte code. Okay, byte code. So I will write it like, it is, and this byte code will take this as example.pyc, because it has been converted into byte code with the help of compiler. Who is converting? Compiler is converting source code into byte code. Okay, source code into byte code. Fine, that's why, what is the extension for byte code? It is dot pyc. Okay, let's go for, next is I will convert this same byte code into, or I, it will send this. Okay, byte code will now go to something called pvm. Okay. Now what is PVM? Python virtual machine. Okay. So let's take this now, or let's take this. Now what PVM does? And this interpretation process is really important when it comes to interviews, because they are asking the question, frequently they ask the question, that what is the process of interpretation, how it works, how Python works, and what PVM does. Okay, so if you say PVM, if you mention the name PVM, definitely they will ask the question that what is the meaning of PVM and what it does. Okay, getting my point? So in this area, this is the process of, I can say, compilation. Okay, I can say it is a Python compiler. It is Python compiler. And what it does? What is Python compiler? Yes, it converts the source code into bytecode. Also, one more task it has, that it checks for error. It checks the error. Whatever the error we have inside our programming, it checks the error. Okay, so I can say it is also Python, or I can say compilation process. Compilation process. It is compilation process. Yes, what it is? Compilation process. Okay, so how it is going? First we have to write what? Source code. Source code is being converted into what? Who is converting source code into bytecode? Compiler. Compiler is also checking what? Errors. After checking the errors, it is passing the source code into bytecode. So I can say it is a byte code. It is bytecode. Okay, this is known as bytecode. Fine. Let's go for what PVM does. Okay, what PVM does. So after, and also this is known as intermediary code. Intermediate code we can also call it as. Which one? Bytecode. Okay. Now what is PVM? What it does? So I will write this as intermediate code. Those who are not understanding this, just let me know. This is known as intermediate code. Okay, and everything in Python reads line by line of code, even though it is a compiler or an interpreter. Interpreter meaning is only that it reads the code line by line. Okay, and there also PVM is there. Okay, PVM. So what PVM does? PVM reads line by line of code, line by line of code, line by line of byte code, I can say, byte code, and convert it into machine understandable machine understandable code. Okay, machine understandable code is what? Machine language. Machine language. It is nothing but binary. Okay, but it is 0 and 1. Hmm. So it converts, read it out. PVM reads line by line of bytes code and convert it into machine understandable code. That is nothing but binary, I can say, binary. Okay, and finally gives to OS and processor for further process and they gives the result. They gives the result. Who is giving the result? Processor and operating system. So what PVM does? It reads line by line of byte code and convert it into what? Machine understandable code. And what is machine understandable code? That is nothing but binary. Okay, binary. And finally gives it to what? Operating system or processor. Sorry, operating system and processor. It gives both. Okay, then that processor and operating system gives the result back. Are you getting it? Do you have any doubt? Yes. Do you have any doubt? You have? No? Okay. So this is what the PVM is. Okay, now tell me, what is the interpretation process? Also, let me explain you one more thing. Whatever it is going to read, okay, it is going to read line by line of code. Okay, let me write it like this. It reads line by line. Okay, compiler does what? Compiler does what? Quickly convert source code into byte code line by line. Okay, line by line, not at a time, because in other traditional languages like C++, it converts all the code one at a time and checks for the error one at a time. Okay, for example, if you have 100 line of code, okay, if you have 100 line of code, then if you have 20 line which is having error, so at a time it will give all 20 errors, 20 line of code as a error at a time. In Python, what it does, it checks line by line of code and it gives one at a time, one error at a time. So let me give you one example. Okay, let's go to, let it open first. Yes. Okay, simple example I will give you. Let's suppose this is one of the Python program that says a is equals to 10. Okay, a is equals to 10, b is equals to, here I am taking Python. What type of data it is? What type of data? String data. Okay, c is equals to, I am taking, let's suppose I am taking 2 plus 3j, or let's suppose 2.5. Don't go to that complex. 2.7. 2.7 is what value? Floating point value. I will write print of a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c. Now you see how many errors we are getting. First of all, it is showing what? Type error. What it is saying? Unsupported operand for integer and str. We cannot add string to integer. Where we are getting the error? Fifth line. Okay, fifth line. Also I will write, this is after output, okay, and also I will take one more error message or error program, that is a is equals to Python. You check every time whenever we write a string, we have to enclose it with double quote or single quote or triple quote. Okay. So, but we are not closing it. We are not closing it. It should also show the error here, but let's see where it is showing now. Where it is showing. First of all, let me take this as D. Okay, D. Where it is showing? Only one error it is showing at a time. Is it showing multiple error? No. It is only showing one error. Okay. Let me go for now. I will keep 30 here. Okay. Print of A, B, C. Then I will write, remove this. We are getting output. This is after output. Okay. Let's go for, okay. Now, question is what? Question is that what does PVM do, or what does compiler do? It checks the error line by line. So in this program, wherever we are making any mistake, let's suppose here I am making a mistake, and here I am not enclosing this. I am not closing this, and I am writing one Python is simple. What line of code it should show? This one. Okay, you check which one it is showing. That particular line only it is showing. Okay, let me write one more thing here. Print of same thing I will write without this. Python is, okay. Now tell me where it is coming error. Where it is coming? It is showing invalid syntax. For this line, even though it is showing for this line, here we have to end it. It is considering all this line as one line, because line should end with this, and we are not ending, means it is considering this as well. So where it is showing? In print statement. Are you getting it? One by one it is going to read the line. So here it is showing first. Is it showing this one? No. Where it is showing? For this one, this error. So once we overcome this, then it is showing what? Now you see where it is showing. This is after output. This one. Are you getting it? So once we complete all the error, once we free up the errors, then it will show the output. Check it now. Getting my point? This is what it reads line by line of byte code, then it reads line by line of, it reads source code, then converted into byte code. Who is converting into byte code? Compiler. Compiler does what? Checks the error line by line and convert line by line of source code into byte code. Once it convert it into byte code, it will send to PVM. What PVM does? It converts byte code into machine understandable code, and that machine understandable code is nothing but binary, and will be transferred to operating system and processor. After all the process, that operating system and processor will gives the error. Are you getting it? Yes or no? Okay, this is all about the interpretation process. Okay, here also after intermediate code, byte code will transfer one by one, not at a time. Byte code will transfer to PVM one by one. Okay, and once it transfer, PVM will read line by line of byte code. Getting my point? Easy it is. This is all about interpretation process. Okay, tomorrow I will give you the notes for this. Okay, shall we stop it here? Do you have any doubt? No, no, tomorrow I will complete. If they have any doubt, they can ask now. Do you have any doubt? Yes, online. Acha, one more thing. There is an announcement that tomorrow they will be sending you the fee details. Okay, so those who are willing to pay the fee, they can pay the fee today as well. So from today onwards, they are starting it. Those who are actually interested, they can pay it. Okay? Yes. At least say yes or no. Okay. Fine. Shall we stop it here? You have all the details with you, the course detail. Do you want one more time? No? Fine it is. Okay. Already I have given 2 times. Regarding subject, do you have any doubt? Online, guys, do you have any doubt? Give me quick confirmation. In real time, which tool should, okay, in real time, which tool should be used for development? What type of tool you are asking, Vijay? Tool, we have lots of tools. Like for Python tools you are asking, or particular subject you are asking, particular programming language you are asking. What you are asking? Vijay, I'm still waiting. Okay, for project, say VS Code or Jupyter is okay. Acha, you are asking like that. So for development, web development or anything, you can go for VS Code, PyCharm, Spider, likewise. Okay. For data science, you can go for Jupyter, Google Colab, or else you can go for Spider. Okay, because it has good visualization. Okay, it has good interface for visualization, so you can go for this Jupyter and Spider. Got it, Vijay? Okay. Do you have any doubt? Shall we stop it? Okay, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow, and do practice it. Keep practicing. And if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask, you can contact to that number I have already given. Okay, and you can contact to me as well if you want. Okay, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.